Welcome students to session number 57 of chapter number 5 laws of motion. In the previous session we have discussed the static friction, we have discussed dynamic friction and we have discussed laws of static friction. Now our today's topic is to discuss the laws of kinetic friction. Clear? Now before moving into the laws of kinetic friction, I want to clear the three terms, that is what is static friction, dynamic friction and limiting friction. Clear? So first is static friction. What is static friction? The force which comes into play when two bodies, out of which one just before moving on the surface of another body, that force which comes into play when one body is just to move on the surface of another body is known as what? Static friction, denoted by letter Fs. Yes or no? What is limiting friction? The maximum force of static friction which comes into play when the body is just about to move on the surface of another body is known as what? Limiting friction. Clear? Denoted by Fs max. And the third, that is kinetic friction, that is the force which comes into play when the body is in the state of steady motion over the surface of another body. Clear? First is just about to move, second before it moves, second is just about to move, and third it is moving steadily on the surface of another body. First static friction, limiting static friction, and third is kinetic friction. Again, static means what? Before it moves on the over the surface of another body. Clear? The force which comes into play when one body before it moves on the surface of another body. Number one, that is static. Second is limiting friction, the force of the maximum force of static friction which comes into play when the body is just about to move over the surface of another body, that is your limiting static friction. And third is your kinetic friction, that is what? When the force which comes into play when the two bodies, where one body is in steady motion over the surface of another body, that is your dynamic friction or kinetic friction, Fk. Till this clear? 100% clear? Okay. The very first law, that is laws of kinetic friction, this the very first law that we have, that is the value of kinetic friction is constant depending upon the contact surfaces, depending upon the nature of the contact surfaces. What type of nature do we have for the contact surfaces? Therefore the kinetic friction is a constant value, and that depends upon the nature of contact surfaces. One point here you have to remember, that is kinetic friction also opposes relative motion. Kinetic friction also opposes kinetic friction opposes relative motion between two surfaces. Clear? Between two surfaces. Till this clear? Very first point is clear? Fine. The second point over here we are going to discuss, that is, remember one thing over here for the kinetic friction. We have discussed the first of the value of kinetic friction is constant depending upon the nature of constant surfaces. Kinetic friction opposes relative motion between the two surfaces. This is the first point. Moving to this second point, that is the kinetic friction is independent of the area of contact. Kinetic friction is independent of the area of contact, so as long as normal reaction remains constant. If a normal reaction remains constant, then the kinetic friction does not depend upon what? Area of contact. It is independent of area of contact, whether it is whether the area of contact is large, whether the area of contact is small. You know what is area of contact? The two surfaces, the surface area of the surface which comes in contact with each other, that is known as what? Contact surface. So suppose this is, these two hands I am joining like this, then this my hand's boundary, this one palm is known as what? My area of contact. Clear? So I can write second point, that is the kinetic friction is independent of area of contact, so long as reaction remains constant. We know that what is reaction? Normal force. Yes sir. Normal force to what weight? That is known as what? Reaction. Now third point, the kinetic friction is independent of velocity, provided velocity is not too large, nor too small. Clear? If a velocity is not extremely large or if a velocity is not too small, then you can say that the kinetic friction will remain almost independent of what? Velocity. When the velocity is neither too large nor too small. Till this clear? The last point, that is the kinetic friction. The kinetic friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction. Is directly proportional to the normal reaction. Means kinetic friction, that is Fk, is directly proportional to normal reaction. So Fk, that is nothing but mu k r. This mu k is nothing but what? Coefficient of kinetic friction. Coefficient of kinetic friction, that is your mu k. Till this clear? So I can write mu k, that is equal to what? Fk upon r. Fk is nothing but what? Kinetic friction. Very good. What is r? Normal reaction. So I can say that the coefficient of kinetic friction is nothing but the ratio of two things. The very first thing is kinetic friction and second thing is normal reaction. So I can define as coefficient of static friction. Kinetic friction is defined as what? Kinetic friction divided by normal reaction. Till this clear? And what is coefficient of static friction? Mu s, that is equal to what? Static friction divided by normal reaction. 100% clear? Very good. Now one thing is, we know that as kinetic friction is less than what? Static friction. Kinetic friction is less than static friction. Then I can write for Kf. For Kf I can write, can you tell me what I can write? I already know that mu k, that is equal to what? Kinetic friction divided by normal reaction. Yes or no? So I can write over here, that is what? And Fs max is also, I am able to notice. What is Fs max? Fs max divided by what? Normal reaction, that is going to be what? Your kinetic friction. So from this I can get Fx max, that is equal to what? That is Fk. This is Fk, kinetic friction. Clear? So Fs max, that is equal to what? Mu s into r. This is my first equation. This is my second equation. From here I can get Fk, that is equal to kinetic friction, that is equal to what? Coefficient of kinetic friction into normal reaction. Till these equations are clear? Again I am repeating, coefficient of kinetic friction, that is equal to what? Kinetic friction divided by normal reaction. Coefficient of static friction, that is divided by what? Limiting static friction divided by normal reaction. From this I can calculate this Fk's values. So first I calculate Fk, that is equal to mu k into r, and from here I can calculate the Fs max value, that is equal to mu s into r. 100% clear? We know that kinetic friction is less than what? Limiting static friction. I am writing over here kinetic friction, that is less than limiting static friction. Limiting static friction. Clear? So kinetic friction is Kf, limiting friction is what? Kinetic friction is Fk, and limiting friction is Fs max. Till this clear? Fk is nothing but what? Mu k into r, and Fs max is nothing but what? Mu s into r. R cancel, so my equation is mu s less than, mu k is less than mu s. So one thing I can conclude over here. What I can conclude over here? The coefficient of kinetic friction is less than coefficient of static friction. So this mu k is nothing but what? Coefficient of kinetic friction. Coefficient of kinetic friction, and this is nothing but coefficient of static friction. Coefficient of static friction. So one thing I can conclude over here, that is coefficient of kinetic friction. Coefficient of kinetic friction is less than coefficient of static friction. Static friction. Clear all the laws? Very clear. Very good. Now moving ahead. Okay, the next topic, that is rolling or sliding friction. Rolling and sliding friction. See, rolling and sliding are two different terms. Rolling and sliding are different terms. Clear? So let us discuss about first sliding friction. Sliding friction. I want to tell you that in the case of sliding, it is either push or pull on a horizontal surface. Clear? If you push or if you pull, that type of friction is known as sliding friction. And rolling friction, if a body rolls over the surface. If the body rolls over the surface, then it is rolling friction, and if the body is sliding over the surface, then it is sliding friction. So sliding friction is nothing but, again, the definition is very simple: the force of friction that comes into play when the one body slides over the surface of another body is called sliding friction. I can give you example: a piece of block, push or pull on a horizontal surface is nothing but what? An example of sliding friction. So I can write for the sliding friction, that is the force of friction that comes into play, the force of friction which comes into play when one body slides over the surface of another body, over the surface of another body is called sliding friction. Very good. Is called sliding friction. Clear? Example: push or pull. Push or pull of a wooden block. Push or pull of a wooden block on horizontal surface. On horizontal surface. Clear? Either you're pushing or pulling, it will slide over the surface. It's not going to roll. Yes or no? Next, that is rolling friction. Second is rolling friction. From the name it is conveyed what is exactly rolling friction. The force of friction which comes into play when one body rolls over the surface of another body. Example: wheel rolls over the road. Wheel, have you seen wheel? Rolls over the road. Clear? That is example of what? Rolling friction. So I can write over here the force of friction. The force of friction which comes into play when one body rolls over the surface of another body, over the surface of another body is called rolling friction. Is called rolling friction. If somebody asks example, state example for that, what you are going to give? Wheel rolls over the road. Rolls over the road is example of rolling friction. Is example of rolling friction. One important point need to be remember over here: if normal reaction is same, if normal reaction is same in both the cases, for same normal reaction, in both the cases, if normal reactions remains same, that is the vertical component of the force which is opposite to what? Weight. That is normal reaction. If normal reaction is same in both the cases, then 100% always you can say that rolling friction is always less than sliding friction. Is always less than sliding friction. Till this clear? Now moving to the next topic, that is laws of rolling friction. We have discussed laws of static friction, we have discussed laws of kinetic friction. Now moving to laws of rolling friction. It's very easy. Fine. The next topic we will have, that is laws of rolling friction. Laws of rolling friction. Clear? Now what is laws of rolling friction? We have seen laws of static friction, kinetic friction, now laws of rolling friction. Experiment shows what it shows. First point, the rolling friction Fr is directly proportional to any guesses? Normal reaction. Very good. That is directly proportional to normal reaction. Which letter it is designated as? R. So Fr is proportional to R. That is my first law of rolling friction. Second, rolling friction is inversely proportional to the radius of the wheel or cylinder. Clear? That is rolling on the surface. So here you can write the rolling friction is inversely proportional to the radius small r of the wheel or cylinder. So I can write one thing over here, that is Fr is inversely proportional to 1 upon r. This is my equation 1. This is my equation 2. Combining equation 1 and 2. Combining equation 1 and 2. What I am going to get? Fr is proportional to capital R by small r. What is capital R over here? Reaction, normal reaction. So I can write this is my normal reaction. And what is small r? Small r is radius of wheel or cylinder. Radius of wheel or cylinder. At least is it clear? Completely fine. So I can, if I remove this proportionality constant, I am going to get proportionality constant. That is what? That is rolling friction is equal to coefficient of rolling friction, capital R divided by small r, where this mu r is coefficient of rolling friction. Coefficient of rolling friction. Till this clear? This is my equation where mu r is coefficient of rolling friction. Let me clean the board. Fine. Unlike, we have noticed one thing over here, rolling friction, that is equal to mu r capital R by small r. Clear? This is our equation. Unlike coefficient of kinetic friction, coefficient of kinetic friction, it is pure ratio and has no dimensions. Why no dimension? Because it is a ratio of two forces. I can show you. Mu k, that is equal to Fk by R. Again, this is kinetic friction force. Yes or no? And this is what? Normal reaction. Both are force. Both are force means what? Mass into acceleration. Again down, mass into acceleration. So my dimension formula is what? M0, L0, T0. It is dimensionless. No dimension. Has no dimensions. Means it is dimensionless. Clear? But remember one thing. This rolling friction is not dimensionless. I can write equation for mu r. Mu r is equal to what? Fr into small r divided by capital R. Yes or no? What is Fr? Rolling friction. Force M1 L1 T minus 2. R radius. So L. Reaction force, that is again a force M1 L1 T minus 2. Clear? This is going to be cancelled. This is what? L. One thing I have concluded. Mu r. Clear? Is having dimensions of length. Yes or no? And its unit is meter. Because length is measured in what? Meter. Till this clear? One more thing I want to tell you over here, that is, remember, this equation is only applicable to rolling motion without slipping. Rolling motion without slipping. So you can write over here, the above equation is applicable to rolling without slipping. Rolling without slipping. I have already discussed that sliding, rolling and rolling without slipping. I will tell you. Rolling with slipping. Rolling means to roll over the surface. Sliding means either push or pull of an object on a horizontal surface. That is a sliding. rolling. Now rolling without slipping means completely rolls on the body. It never skates, because we have seen that when we are driving, when we are driving and we are having great speed, what happens if we suddenly apply brakes? We'll be able to see that our vehicle skids some distance, it moves some distance. Clear? It gets move, it gets slide. Clear? The reason is nothing but rolling without slipping. You can say that the wheel rolls also and slides also together. That is known as rolling with sliding. And without sliding means it's completely rolling over the surface. It is not sliding on the surface. Till this clear? Clear? It is rolling without slipping. And if the wheel slides with, in terms of, if the wheel slides also while rolling also, then you can say it is what it is, rolling with slipping, sliding, you can say. Clear? Clear perfectly. We'll see what is the cause for rolling motion in the next session. Till then, thank you.